How's it going, everybody? My name is GRM Adrian and I welcome you back to the channel. Let's talk about some Lotro today because only a few hours ago the producer's letter for 2017 was released, and there's some really good news for all you Lotro players out there that'll make you excited for the year ahead, as well as squish any fears or doubts about the game's longevity. If you haven't read the producer's letter yet, I've left a link in the description box below, so go on and check it out. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? The biggest piece of news that we have from the letter is that yes, the new expansion has been confirmed for 2017 and will probably drop after fall, which is really exciting to hear. Personally, it's been way too long since the last expansion and I've always missed that pre-expansion feeling, and this one just feels different in a good way. It will be the first expansion for over 4 years and the pilot expansion post-Turbine as well, so I'm really excited to see how Standing Stone Games handles the marketing and promotion, including the pre-order bonuses and etc. for players like they've done in the past. And you know, those little things make me really excited. I do miss expansions, period. I also can't wait to see what the pricing will be like, so I'll keep an eye out for that and we'll talk about it when the time comes. The expansion is coming in Update 21 and it will take us through the Black Gate and into Mordor to conclude the fate of the One Ring. But what's awesome here is that while the letter mentions that this is the end of the One Ring main quest / storyline, it could also mean that there will be some form of continuation to the story, maybe the aftermath or in side quests or even a new epic quest, because as the letter says, there are new adventures to embark on in new regions beyond Mordor and Dagorlad, which we'll get to see in Update 20 before the expansion hits, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. So this simply means expect to see more content from Lotro post Mordor, and you can put all your worries about the game's future and content after Frodo destroys the ring to bed. We are definitely going to new places and doing new things. Now, there will be more goodies coming with the expansion in Update 21, and the letter mentioned new challenging group content and new monsters, but the one that's really piquing my interest is the mention of new mechanics. This is really vague as that could mean anything, and I haven't been following any of the dev streams or posts in the forums, so I haven't got a clue at what this hints at. I'm all for new mechanics or systems as long as it improves the current gameplay and hopefully reduce some of the existing grindy stuff, although that's a long shot. I hope it isn't a real drastic one too, like the trait tree system that came with the Helm's Deep expansion, or something as soul-shattering as the Essence mechanics. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, we are going to have a new playable race, which will be the High Elves, and that will come probably during the expansion or sometime after. But it's important to note that the High Elves are not a new class, just a new playable race. This probably means that the High Elves can play the classes that the base Elves can't. I think this is cool as it gives us more character creation options, but I'm not sure many will re-roll just to change race, unless there will be a good portion of specialized content that will be introduced with the High Elf race as well. This could be a large new starter zone with a bunch of awesome new quests in an area that we haven't seen yet, or even better, introduce a new class-based main story quest for the High Elf race that runs parallel with the main story of the One Ring that you can play through all the way up to Mordor, or even make it episodic like the Bingo Boffin quests. Now that would be awesome and something I'd be interested in, seeing the events unfold from the Noldor's point of view. Now, there are no mentions on whether the new race will be free with the expansion or not, so that remains to be seen. This is giving me deja vu because just the other day I was having a chat with one of my subscribers here on my channel, and they said they wanted a new playable dwarf faction, and I was like, yeah, I totally want to play as a dwarf captain, damn it. So hopefully whatever SSG does with the new elf race, it turns out great so we can expect more for the dwarves as well. And to wrap up the new expansion goodness, new aesthetic improvements are coming to all playable races in Lotro. This sounds fantastic because it seems to me that they are looking at improving the visuals, animations, or models in some way. So fingers crossed they are going to, even if it's small scale. If this isn't an improvement for that, then I don't know what this could be, but I sure hope it adds some aesthetic facelift, just like what World of Warcraft did with its base models for the 10th anniversary. Okay, with the expansion out of the way, let's dive into some of the other things on the letter. Way before the Update 21 expansion, we'll be getting a couple of big things. The first being Update 20, which is a new region called the Wastes. So expect to see new quests in and around Dagorlad and Mordor. What's interesting here is that there will be 2 new resource dungeons that can be played solo or in a fellowship formats. The first thing that came to my mind when I read this was, how relevant will this be considering the current state of crafting in the game? I feel that if these resource dungeons don't reward us with essence specific materials, then it's obsolete. I don't see a point in doing them, and that's just my opinion. It will really all boil down to the rewards and what they're planning for the year ahead in regards to crafting. Will there be a new crafting tier or new unslotted gear that can be competitive with the essence ones? I don't know. It is too early to tell at this stage, but there must be a good reason to have them, or else I'm afraid many will do them once and move on. Also, with Update 20, the letter says that players can help the various companies within the Host of the West to prepare for the confrontation with the Dark Lord. Ooh, great marketing spin. Let me put that in normal terms. This means dailies and lots more dailies to gain reputation for the I don't know how many factions. Now, this doesn't excite me at all for Update 20. I absolutely hate grinding for reputation with factions just to get some trinkets and stuff that will become obsolete in a few months. I guess the completionists out there will be okay with this, especially if there's cool titles, mounts, or pets to gain, but for me at least, again, if the rewards aren't gonna be substantial, then I'm not interested. Gondor's reputation grinding with all the factions there has really burned me out, so I'll probably just stick to the main quests and stories in Update 20 while patiently waiting for the expansion. And finally, the last thing to discuss on the letter is the 10th anniversary celebration for Lord of the Rings Online. It's amazing that Lotro is a decade old, and to see it going strong and putting out roadmaps and plans for the game moving forward is fantastic. The anniversary event will be sometime in April, I believe, and the letter says that there'll be a new event during the festival, so all I can say is it better be grand, and let's show those other MMOs out there how to celebrate 10 frigging years, yo! Speaking of the anniversary event, I'm sure there'll be a lot of live streams and coverage, and you know what? I've been thinking about it and I'm gonna join in. So I'll be live streaming during the anniversary, but I don't have any plans on what to do in game. So if you guys want to see something in particular, do suggest them. So before I go, there is something else I want to discuss that wasn't mentioned at all in the producer's letter for 2017, and I, along with many other Lotro players, are slightly saddened. There has been no mention of PvMP and what Standing Stone Games will be doing or changing or fixing or anything really for 2017. Maybe there will be some news in the weeks or months ahead, and maybe I missed something on the forums currently, but ignoring it completely in the official 2017 plans at the start of the new year is a little disheartening. Standing Stone Games, you guys are off to a great start with the game overall, but I just want to remind you guys that there are players out there who subscribe and support the game just to play PvMP, and I think it would be great for them if you could just shed some light on what the future plans are, even if there are none. I think the PvMP community would appreciate that greatly. And that concludes my thoughts about the Lotro Producer's Letter for 2017. As usual, let me know what you think about the year ahead for Lotro. Are you excited for the new expansion? What are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy my content, and subscribe to the channel for more on MMOs and game reviews. Once again, my name is GRM Adrian, and I thank you for watching.